Hey y'all, what's up? Big Willie here, and welcome back to episode 19 of our FTB Skies Expert Let's Play. So in this one, I want to start off with, getting rammed by a goat. You can't make this up. He's going to die though. He paid the ultimate price. In this one, I want to start off by showing you my automated biodiesel setup in work. It's not quite fully automated. I still got to feed it some things, but we will get there. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so all I did in between episodes was I went ahead and ran the prediction matrix and whatnot that you saw us doing last time in Simulation Chamber, used the witches to get us some spider's eye, and then I sifted a bunch of dirt for a bunch of demons, dream seeds and beetroot seeds. And now, as you can see, we've got a little bit more biodiesel than we did before, but if you watch it, it may look like a hot mess, but it is moving everything as it needs to. Spider's eye and sugar come from that chest back there, water from our water accumulator being fed in. Then we're sending our ethanol over here to get added with some vegetable oil, which the seeds are going from that chest into there, getting smashed into vegetable oil, then down through a pipe and into the back goes the vegetable oil. The ever-burning air coming from this drawer goes into this, and as soon as you have enough vegetable oil for it to process, it processes through, makes our biodiesel, and then our biodiesel is getting extracted over here. This should all eventually back up, and these machines will quit running until the biodiesel is used or needed for other things. But this is net gaining biodiesel for the amount that it's costing to spin itself. All we have to do is keep it fed with the right amount of resources, and it should produce us as much biodiesel as we need for right now. After a careful examination of our quest book, it looks like the next thing we really need to get into is going to be fluid extraction, because we're going to need a surplus of latex to get through all this circuitry stuff so that we can make our rocket. Like, we're almost there on the fuel side, but on this side, we've got a long ways to go. So the fluid extractor, you're like, well, what do we need for that, Willie? Well, we need a few things. One of them is going to be something that I don't know that I've made on camera with you. I talked about it. I needed vines, and when we were growing some mahogany, we get, or not mahogany, mangrove, you get vines on mangrove trees. So we were growing some of that over there for when I was working on redesigning this so that I had the right blocks for the drawers and stuff. And I was using those vines to make rubber, because we don't have access to the latex thing, the one from Thermal, I don't think yet. I haven't actually looked, but it was just easy to do it this way. So all it is to make rubber is vines around a bucket of water, and you can just craft them all up. As you can see, we ran out of vines, but we got plenty more over there if we need more rubber than this. And the only thing you're going to need rubber for in the fluid extractor is going to be the industrial foregoing conveyor belt that goes in here, because we don't have access to latex rubber sheets yet, because we don't have the fluid extractor to make the latex. But we can get this cured rubber from baking or smelting our rubber we just made in a furnace if you need it. Also, you might get some from loot drops, because I apparently have what we need in storage, and I'm guessing I just got that from looting a chest. But I figured I would show you how to get that conveyor belt just in case you haven't gone and looted and got yourself some. Everything else in here we've already done together. Now, the fluid extractor is a cool machine because it does not require power to perform its functions. We're going to want a couple of things. We're going to want a tank. We don't need any mechanisms to move things around, because the fluid extractor itself has a push and pull ability, so we won't need that. How are we out of iron sheets again? Let's go smash up some of these things. Oh, and my machine is broken. I do love having my base lit up enough that, like, I don't have to care about whether it's day or night or raining. I can just keep playing. Like, it doesn't matter to me that it's dark out there, but my OCD does make me want to sleep. So, you know, there is that. We really only need 2 more for the part we're on, so we'll get the 2 we need, put the other down to smash. All right, let's make that tank. Okay, and then the other thing you need are logs. Now, acacia logs give the highest concentration of latex, but I haven't made any yet, and it doesn't really matter just for getting started, so we're just going to grab spruce, which is what we have the most of. Now, this can go anywhere. It doesn't need power. It doesn't need anything else. You can provide it with power, but it is not required for it to function. So you place it down, and it's going to place the work side facing away from you. So if you want it to face you, you'll want to like place it from the opposite direction and then come over to where you want it to be. And all you have to do to make it work is place a log in front of it, and you're going to see those little particle effects. And it will slowly start to extract latex, as you can see right there, from that log, and that's it. So we can also sit like a tank down, and we should be able to tell this where to put the latex. So since we know this is the front because we placed it facing that way, we can look for front and tell it to push, and that's going to push our latex with no pipe or anything out the back into our basic fluid tank right there. This is going to start stockpiling, and we need that latex for progressing down the industrial foregoing chain here to make, what is this? Phenolic resin. This is the first plastic to be commercially sold. Here we use it to make Duraplast sheets. So we're going to make plastic sheets. Looks like we're also going to need to get into this fluid mixer up here. So this fluid mixer is another one from Pneumaticraft. Going to need to go down there where our pressure is. So let me take a peek real quick at this recipe and gather some materials. Alrighty, now that we have our biodiesel on a, it's almost automated. There's pieces where we're still having to bring stuff, but it definitely generates a lot with very little input from us. We need to get back over here, and I did some work. I put us some clutches in here. I don't know that this flywheel does anything, but it looks cool. So I added another one of those. And then I put a clutch on either side because we couldn't run our energizer and our air compressor at the same time. But our air compressor and our pressurized reaction chamber, they all hold pressure. So we can turn that on and off right here. And then we can use the other side, just like we did with our water wheels up top. We can pick which side of this rotation we want to use to energize stuff. And we need to energize some stuff. Now we're going to need power over here just temporarily, so I'm going to grab my battery from the main part of the base to power this, but we should soon, with what we're working on, be able to get some power generation going down here with our Create diesel generator setups. So let me grab that power cube and hook it up, and we are going to energize some more iron and some electrum. Okay, so just like we had it set up before, we've got our battery over there, and all we have to do is turn this off, and now you'll see that we've got stress units that we need, and we've got power, so let's get some energizing done. There we have it, 36 overcharged iron, which has a purpose. And then now we're going to do the same thing for some electrum. All right, that finished, but I will say the electrum takes a ton of power. I actually had to pull the basic energy cube, leave this running, go charge it, come back, put biodiesel in here so it didn't quit spinning, then go get the cube, bring it back, put it back for it to finish. But now we have our overcharged electrum, which is pretty dang exciting simply because overcharged electrum is our path to the phytogenic insulator. This right here can do your crop growings for you. Trees, flowers, moss we can make in there. We can make source berries. The list goes on and on and on. Some of the more exciting stuff is like beetroot and all of your stuff that requires seed we're going to be able to grow. So infinite string, we'll set one of these up with a flax seed in it, and we will have flax and flax seeds for days. We'll be able to take those flax seeds, feed those into our automated biodiesel generation setup, and there comes our source of seeds, which we were talking about. Was it last episode? Was it this episode? I'm not sure. I've done a lot of playing and recording today, and they're all kind of running together. So, the overcharged iron, the reason we got 36 of them is to make magnetite blocks. These magnetite blocks are going to be used for the create power gen. So let's go ahead and just shift click them and make our 36. They only wanted us to make 8. You need 12 to make a complete ring in this setup that it's talking about. So let's find where that quest line is. It just accepted. I think it's here in this one. Magnetite? Nope, it's not there. It must be in power. Powering up. So the next thing we need to make is carbon brushes, and then we need to make a generator coil. The reason they had you make 8 is they were going to give you 4 more, and you need 12 total to make a ring around your generator coil. So let's go ahead and craft up these other pieces of our create power gen. They are not bookmarked because Wooly was asleep at the wheel. Carbon brushes, all that stuff y'all all know how to make. The only thing new here for us is the block of andesite alloy, which is 9 alloy. I'm going to actually make 3 of these because I made 36, so I would have enough for 3 coils. Let's go ahead and make all 3 of those coils. That's going to get us completed with our create power gen. Now you're going to notice there's a gap right here in the mid-game for power other than this. So these are really our mid-game power options. We're going to have to step up our diesel generators. We're going to have to step up our production of fuels for those generators. And we're intended to get our power until the later game with these magnets from Create New Age. I've never played with Create New Age, so bear with me. We're going to figure it out together. I just want to take a peek and see what these take to update. We're going to need a fluid encapsulator. We can go ahead and bookmark that. We need something from thermal, some blocks, pressure chamber glass. Nothing there too crazy. We should be able to get that done. And then it looks like we need volatile redstone. Made in the thermo-pneumatic processing plant or the advanced mixer. Okay, so yep, we're going to have to get in that mixing fluids quest line to get to the second tier of power gen, but let's worry about the first tier first. Let's go take a look at the ponder. I love create for these. So it's decorating it up with some like steel beams or whatever there. I'm sure we can set it up however we want to. We don't necessarily need those beams because they're not listed as like a required component for it. So then it's telling us that the power comes out here. It needs a ring around the magnet. And then you send your power out. Yep. Cool. Generator coils generate rotation on do not generate rotation, only electricity. So we do have to rotate them. Okay. All right, well, let's go see if we can figure out a spot to put one of these. Let's see, what are those steel things called? Steel trusses or something? Steel beam? Shows how much I know. I have no idea what those blocks are. Metal girder. I bet that's it. Aha. Okay, so there's that. Let's go see what we got. Did I have another generator, or are they both down there? Did I make another diesel generator? I did not. Okay, so let's go down there and take a look at what we got. Down there. Over there, Willie, over. Alrighty, so to save everybody the time of me trying to figure this out for the first time on a video, I kind of just built it, and I'm going to go over it with you. So all of the pieces we already had. We did get one from a quest reward, which we have not talked about, which does play a part in making this work. So I'm going to go over that with you right now. This box right here is called a rotational speed controller. You put it off of something that's generating stress units. And then if you look on the side face, you'll see this number. If you right click that and hold, you get this GUI right here where you can adjust the rotational speed. This one, with all three of these magnets, it will not take any more than about 16 before it is overstressed. However, at 16, turning this on, we're generating something like 90, whatever that is per tick. 90 gigajoules, 1.21 gigawatts of electricity. And that is from three of these here that are fully surrounded by magnetic block. We'll get higher efficiency and better yields the higher up we go in the block surrounding it. But as you guys saw earlier, we need to get into that redstone process that is just around the corner for us, but we're not there yet. But what this does do is it gets us power down here. Now, with power, with automated diesel, we should be able to begin automated sifting our resources we're generating from in the other area, and we're going to be able to just have what we need when we need it. All the iron, all the copper, all the brass, all of those things we should be able to get set up down here in this space. Now that we have renewable biodiesel to pipe around with the mechanism pipes, we can just pipe that into another diesel generator over there on that side. We're going to get a whole row of sifters going. Hopefully I can export from the storage lectern. That's kind of one of the things I'm counting on. And I'm going to export from the storage lectern into the sifter buffers, and I'm just going to have it sifting pretty much everything we need all the time, sending those sifting results back to our stuff in an ender chest, which we have 2 of that we got from looting, and I intend to do some more nether looting in between videos. So this is going to get us some RF going, but since we're not actually capturing the RF right now, I'm going to turn it off so we don't waste a bunch of biodiesel to run it. But this is how you're going to generate power. Now, they gave you some new pipes. So let's learn about these together real quick. So wire connectors, they go on the power point that you want to send or receive from. They can only have one wire connected to them. That's it. Relays are kind of like a distribution block. So if we put a relay here and a connector there, we can then take our wire that they also gave us, right click here and right click here. Now careful, this is a live wire when this is on, and it will shock you and do damage. But if we want to go somewhere else with this power from right here, we can connect multiples to the wire relay, not to the connector. So this is how we get our power out, and then we'll use the connector to connect to machines and the relays to span it over to where we're going to need power. So one of the first places we're going to need power is actually on the other side of this structure over here. I didn't really think about it when I built it this way, but I did build it this way. So we're going to bring another relay, and we're going to bring it back over here where we can kind of see around everything a little higher up. Let's link it up. Oh God, I fell in a hole. Get me out of the hole. Okay, we're going to go to there and then to here. And then we should be able to come over here with another relay, and then hopefully with a connector down here. And now our energizer, if we need to make any more overcharged electrum or overcharged iron, we can just kick on the generator down here and kick on this water wheel, and we've got everything we need to make our overcharged stuff here without having to move our energy cube back and forth. That is going to be awesome. I don't know that we're going to want to use this storage lectern too much, because if this is on, we're going to shock ourselves on that wire. So I think we may link another one like down here in the middle for us. We'll do that in between episodes as well. But things are really starting to shape up over here on the Create Island. We got a good bit accomplished today. We got through getting power from Create New Age, which is awesome. Let's go check and see if we got any quest rewards for any of that. I don't know that there were, but we can go see. Powering up. So we claimed all those. Yeah, it looks like we have some quest rewards out here in Occultism for our purple chalk. Spirit Attuned crystals. We're going to need those for some of the next tiers of rituals. And it unlocked our storage actuator. I actually do think I kind of want to get into this because it is a little bit better than the one we're currently using because it has wireless access. We're going to be able to get a little remote that we can access from our inventory anywhere. And I think these stable wormholes will allow us to do the same thing as the storage lectern linking, except over greater distances. So looking forward to getting into dimensional storage from Occultism for the wireless access specifically. In Industrial Foregoing. Oh, look at that. They gave us a bucket of latex. That was nice of them. Now we're going to need to make the latex processing unit. But I think we're going to need to save that for another day because we've gotten a lot done. I mean, look behind us. Look at all that. We're making power. We can charge stuff down here. We've got diesel down here. We've got all of the stuff we need for infrastructure for getting more automated resources. And honestly, modded Minecraft, the faster you get to automating those resources, the quicker your progression is going to pick up. Then you run into the problem that we've had over the last 3 or so episodes where there's just so much to do. You just have to pick something. You may not get all the way through finishing whatever you're working on in one night because you got to do 4 things to be able to do the next thing. And that's okay. Just make sure that you guys are enjoying if you're playing along. And if you're just watching, I hope that I'm making it enjoyable for you. So if you like this episode, go ahead, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that so you know when the next episodes come out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.